I like the back. The back of it has this artwork of screws, which is not part of the hammering process. That's part of the screwdriver process.
Nails?
No, they're not nails. They use nails on Reborn, so
that is
couldn't.
Really funny.
That
is so funny to me.
Yeah.
It's like wrong tool, guys. Welcome to Church Jams Now, the podcast where three former youth group kids and current music nerds deep dive into Christian music from the 90s and 2000s. I, of course, am your co-host, Kylan Savage. With me, as always, on another show, but not this one, we have Mr. Ineverglow himself, Eric McClanahan. Eric, how's it going?
What's up? I'm glad to be here. Glad to see you guys.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad to see you too. It's been a while since you've been on the show.
Yeah.
Was For Him? Was that the last thing?
That was beginning of last year? That may have been. I don't know.
Josh, do you know?
Maybe it was a while. Yeah. We've also done shows not on. It's hard to remember what
right.
Was
I know.
Ours and what wasn't.
The blob of CCM Twitter shows.
Yeah. Plus, Josh has been on the Ineverglow show a couple times probably since. So yeah, it's kind of hard to keep it all straight.
Exactly.
We're also, of course, joined by, I guess, beautiful producer Josh.
You can't get rid of me. It's just hard remembering which podcast is not my own that I'm on and which one is. So it all just blurs together.
Yeah, like an altered life.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, be careful. We don't want to burn the end of this podcast.
Keep it hidden.
We'll keep it hidden. Keep it safe.
Exactly.
Gentlemen, thanks for allowing me to be on your little secret show that you had planned without me.
It was kind of a little secret show. Yeah.
Can you explain a little bit of? I feel like a guest, so I'm good with that. This is actually my sweet spot, where it's my show, but I get to act like a guest. It honestly is my perfect.
This is your favorite thing. Yes. Well, this is a big. I mean, within the scene, this is a big episode or a big record. It's the Hammering Process by Living Sacrifice 25th anniversary, and that's a big record for Eric, and it's kind of a big record for me too. So I asked Eric, I was like, are you covering it on your show? We weren't planning necessarily on covering it because I was like, I don't think Kylan and TJ are going to enjoy this.
Oh, really? What makes you think that?
Well, we can get into it. But I was like, it feels like an important thing to at least like talk about. So we were going to have a secret show with me and Eric, but I figured we'd bring Kylan on. And then
I appreciate
brought a game.
That.
So I was like, okay, we'll have to have you on. So
I'm a good guest. I always bring games when I'm a guest. So
yep. So we're not planning to do like a full track by track on this episode. We're just kind of going to do a summary. I think hit some of the high points, just talk about the record in general. Maybe some of the low points, Kylan, if you have those prepared, we can talk about that as well.
I have nothing prepared.
Except a game.
Which
I can't wait.
I see your strategy, Josh, after our Drawing Black Lines episode, and the ire that we received collectively from the community. I see the pivot. You use your pivot table. Yeah. Like, let's bring in someone beloved by CCM Twitter and beyond, who actually enjoys this record. I don't have to
subject TJ to it. I'm still subjecting you to it, but I feel less bad about that. And then Eric's here to just.
Speaking of Drawing Black Lines, I think I got this album at the same time as Drawing Black Lines, like the same trip to Family Christian Store, I think.
Oh, nice. Sense. Same year.
Yeah.
So, Josh, what are we talking about tonight?
Well, we're talking about. Are you ready for some research? Or is that what you're asking?
Yeah, let's mosey on over to Josh's research corner. Josh's research corner.
Welcome to my research corner. After you heard that introduction, whether that's the spooky one or the non-spooky one, I don't know. We'll find out. But we're talking about a big record from a band called Living Sacrifice, who we've never covered on the show before, and probably.
Is that surprising? Reason. I don't know. So here's the deal.
It's not surprising.
Okay. Because I do know of this record. Like, this is a big record. People are going to be so mad at me. I'm sorry, guys. It's okay. I'll
That's why
jump
Eric's here. That's why Eric's
exactly.
here. Yeah, it is. And I mean, they're a big band. I mean, arguably, I don't know, saying the Metallica of Christian metal, I don't know if that is
Okay.
insulting or a compliment, but I feel like they're kind of like similar. Bruce and James Hetfield, like they're both like singing and playing guitar, and they were started in the 80s.
I mean, that's like, you also described most bands.
True. But like metal, like foundational metal bands,
Right.
you know?
Yeah,
but anyways, we'll see if that, I'll take some of the heat from that. But we're talking about Living Sacrifice. I'll do some research and then we can talk about the record. They're originally from close to you, Kylan, Little Rock, Arkansas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Arkansas band. Their career is from 1989 to present-ish. Obviously, I don't think they've done. When was the last record they did? Was it 2016, Eric?
I was. It was what was it? Ghost Thief.
Ghost Thief. Yeah.
Can't remember what year that was. I was thinking 2013, but that seems like too long ago.
Oh, maybe it was like 20. You're right.
Wow, I love how prepared you guys are.
We're very prepared. I know Infinite Order was
good.
2010 for sure, but I don't remember.
Ghost Thief was 2013.
Oh, well, I was way
That's
off.
a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. But they've still been playing stuff. Eric just saw them, which we'll talk about at Furnace Fest, playing this record in its totality, which will be exciting.
Cool.
Members for this record are Bruce Fitzhugh on vocals and guitar, Lance Garvin on drums, who have been in the band the entire time, both those guys. For this record, they had new members, which includes Rocky Gray on guitar, which he's still been in the band ever since this record, as well as Arthur Green on bass. And they had Matthew Putman join on percussion. It was their first record for all of those. Matthew was also on the next record, Conceived in Fire. And then when they went away for their hiatus, I don't think Matthew returned after that. But Matthew, if you don't know, is the brother of Corey Brandon from Norma Jean.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Corey
that.
was,
Cool.
They asked Corey, I think, to take over vocals for Living Sacrifice. And he said no. And then Norma Jean happened. And
Wow.
the world has only reaped the benefits of that ever since. So
I'd be curious to hear a Corey Brandon Living Sacrifice.
yeah,
That could be
I'd have to imagine it would sound probably a lot like Norma Jean sounds today, but you never know.
That's cool.
It is more Arkansas boys, all part of that scene. So the record we're talking about is The Hammering Process for its 25th anniversary. It was released November 7th of 2000, which is what I can find from most places. There is like an October date, but it doesn't fall on a Tuesday. It says like October 25th of 2000. But I'm like, that's not a Tuesday, so probably not correct.
You gotta check with Caleb.
Yeah,
You
he's the keeper of all that information. Yeah. It's their 5th LP, and it was released on Solid State Records, their second on Solid State. It was produced by Barry Pointer, who they also worked with on Reborn, their previous record, and Conceived in Fire on their next record.
Okay.
Who's also in Arkansas, hence that connection. I don't know if we've covered anything that he's done on the record, but I know he's worked with like Dead Poetic and like other bands in that scene. But I don't know if there's anyone. I don't know if he's ever been brought up on the show before.
It sounds really familiar.
Yeah, he's definitely in the scene, but I don't know if we've talked about him. Maybe there is an episode. I don't know.
Yeah.
Very prepared. I didn't find any charts and performance for this record, but it was also 2000. And then the runtime is 10 songs at 38 minutes and 58 seconds. So pretty good.
Oh, hey, it says, sorry, real quick. It says Barry worked on Squad 5-0 by Squad 5-0.
Oh, did he? Oh, wow. I can't believe I already forgot that then.
Yeah, that's what it says on Wikipedia, so I don't know.
Okay. That's probably it then. Thanks,
At
Kylan.
38 minutes, I think Kylan probably loved this album.
Sub 40 minutes? He's got to be smiling.
It was a little long.
Well, that's my research, Kylan.
All right. I love that. Thank you so much for all of that super well thought out and articulated research.
Thank you.
That we've
Yeah,
done.
that's what I'm here for.
So I want to start with Eric, but I'm gonna ask the two of y'all. What is your history with this band and with this record in particular? Eric, I know you said, I don't know if we said it. I think we were recording, but I don't know if we said it before, like the show, that you got this the same time you got Drawing Black Lines.
Yeah,
I want to talk about your history with the band.
yeah, I think I got this album the year it came out, which I guess if it was November, it must have been, pretty close to the release, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure that I got it at the same time as Drawing Black Lines, but I feel like I did. I remember having them both in the basement at the same time, listening to them one right after the other, which in those days kind of makes me think I must
so
have
much
probably
metal.
yeah must have probably picked them up around the same time. I remember they played when I used to go to Ichthus Festival all the time. They would play there. I guess before I was a fan, I remember walking by the tent and seeing them play, and Lance the drummer had like a, a something over his face, a scarf or something like that, like over his nose and his mouth while he was playing. I thought it just looked so rad, and they sounded a little too heavy for my taste at that time, but I thought they looked really cool and sounded pretty neat. So I think that kind of piqued my interest in them. So when the Hammering Process came out, check that out, and it may have been the first like metal album that I really loved, and to this day I would still say it's my favorite metal album.
Really, your favorite?
That's the quote I was looking for, because I've heard you say that about this record, and I was like, that's why you're here.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Josh, what about you?
So I first heard this record, and I think first probably heard about the band Living Sacrifice. I had a buddy named Robbie who, I guess he got a bunch of CDs from someone and they were like the actual physical, like the actual CDs, I think were like burned CDs. And I remember it was a stack of them, and I don't remember a ton of, but I know Reborn was in there. Hammering Process was in there. Speakeasy by Stavesacre was in there. And then there was a Stretch Armstrong record, I'm pretty sure.
Nice.
I don't remember which one it was. I didn't get into that one as much. But I remember I like borrowed them from him and I like ripped them all on my computer and gave them back to him because he had to give them back to whoever he got them from or something. But this was one, I remember Reborn I was like not crazy into, but this one definitely piqued my interest. This one and Speakeasy were the ones that I listened to a good amount from that. And that would have been sometime, I remember that was March of 2008 whenever I kind of got into it. So this was like the record that really got me into Living Sacrifice. And then I got like Conceived in Fire a little bit later. I never got into the stuff pre-Bruce because Bruce wasn't the original vocalist. He took over on Reborn, and I did not like the original vocalist style much. So I never listened to any of their first three records. And then like the first two records were like super rare to find. I remember every time we went to like look for CDs, Kylan, somewhere, I was like looking for them. Just as a collector, because I was like, I don't really want to listen to these, but I want to try to find them.
That reminds me of, you also did that with the first two Under Oath.
I did,
records,
yeah.
Right?
Yep.
I remember I think I told you this recently too, even to this day, I know you have them now, but that's some weird little detail about you that's just stuck in my brain that every time I see a stack of CDs or I go to a CD store, I look for those first two Under Oath albums
maybe that
for
first
you.
Under Oath records are in there. Hey, this one, if you could find them, you could sell it for some good money. So, yep. So I got into, and I like the, what is it? The Infinite Order as well, but this was always the one that I liked the most from them. And we could get into that, but this was like a big one for me. And then I didn't realize like how nostalgic it was until like they pressed the vinyl 2 years ago. And I remember like it was a thing on Twitter where I was like, oh man, should I get this? I don't know if I'm going to get this, but like, cause I'm not a big vinyl and metal records guy. That doesn't seem like a very vinyl.
It feels weird to me.
It does feel weird to me. Yeah.
I don't have
metal, like a hi-fi system enough to like do it justice.
Yeah, I feel like metal, you got to listen on CD or even cassette
genre.
Tape. Even cassette tape. Like I feel like
a Motorhead cassette or something, like that's what the heritage is.
Exactly. Yeah, vinyl just feels wrong.
It does feel wrong. Yeah, so I'm not a big metal guy, but then I was like, there's just something with this record for me that there's like a big pull for how what it means to me and how nostalgic it is. And so like I got the record, and then I remember like listening to it just like on Spotify, which I don't know when the last time I listened to it, and I like listened to it so much, and I was like, oh yeah, I love this record. So I was glad I got the vinyl.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's great. We got two incredibly qualified people.
Yeah. What's your history, Kylan?
So fun fact, I had never intentionally, or even I think unintentionally, listened to a Living Sacrifice song until Josh told me about y'all's secret little show, and I listened to it. They're one of those bands, man, that like, since, in the 90s and 2000s, they were all like, I always saw the CDs and stuff at Christian bookstores. Like they're a band I've just like always been aware of. And you guys have any of those kind of bands where you're like, I'll get around to that eventually. Like I'm aware of this band.
And were you also aware of like because maybe they're like the godfathers of like Christian metal, you could say. Like, were you aware of like that they're like that band?
Yeah, like
scene?
honestly, like
okay.
you said, like the Metallica of Christian metal. That was kind of always what I had heard as well. Like that was, and Metallica was never for me, but I was like, I need to listen to it, and I never have until I had a reason to crash y'all's cool secret little party.
To bring a fresh perspective, you could say.
You could say. Many are saying I'm bringing a fresh perspective to early 2000s Christian metal. But one thing I would like to bring up. I think this is like the first. I don't know. Would y'all consider this the first like straight up Christian metal record that we've covered on this show? We've covered a lot of metalcore, some new metal, like metal with, a little subgenre or something. But this, I would say, is just straight up like heavy metal.
I think you're right. Yeah. Because we've done like,
I guess we did Striper, like that, but that's almost more like hair metal. I would put that as like hair metal or like glam metal. That's the thing. Like there's so many distinctions you can make within metal.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that word's not making sense to me anymore. Metal.
Keep saying it.
And with Christian music, like everybody jumped into like the metalcore thing so fast that it's like there wasn't a whole lot of time for metal bands to percolate as just metal bands.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
So yeah, there's not a whole lot of options probably. For covering.
So maybe this is it. This is the one and only time.
I mean, I don't think I'm going to get TJ to listen to. I also wouldn't want to subject that to it.
Yeah, no. Like that's not TJ's vibe.
No, definitely not.
And we've pissed enough people off with our coverage throughout the years that, Josh, I think this is a smart move of getting other qualified people on besides TJ and I, specifically for these heavier records.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, then I also, because Eric also brings like, he's got quite a pulse on the industry, if you will, and just fandom in general. And I would love to know your thoughts on this, because I feel like Reborn is still like the fan favorite record. And I just want to know, like, do you think it is, or is this like their biggest record, or like has the bigger legacy and all that? And then also, you're like, are you a Reborn guy too? It's what I would like to know.
I think they're pretty even, really. I think there were so many people getting into Christian metal around the time of Reborn and the Hammering Process that I think maybe the ones who are in on it a little earlier are more Reborn people, and the ones who were a little later are more Hammering Process.
I will say, as a complete neophyte, I've never heard of Reborn, but I have heard of this record. Take that information and do what you will with it.
I mean, my go-to resource for stuff is Rate Your Music, where Reborn has 300 ratings and the Hammering Process has 298. So they're like, within two ratings of each other. So pretty close in popularity, I'd say.
Well, Josh and I are going to go on tonight and we're gonna go on tonight and
we're gonna bring this up to 300.
bring it up, make it neck and neck.
Yeah, there you
Yeah, which one's rated higher?
go. Reborn is actually rated higher at a 3.60. Hammering process is 3.56, so still pretty close.
Still close. Once we get Kylan and I's 5-star reviews of this up there for review 299 and 300, it'll
There you go.
bring it right up there.
Wait, who said I'm giving it 5 stars?
Oh, maybe not then.
I'm gonna widen that gap. No, I'm just kidding. I did it. We'll get into it. We'll get into it.
We'll get into it.
Okay, so we're not going to do our usual thing. We're not going to do a track by track, but I do think in a little bit we're going to take a break, and then we'll get into. Oh, I'm so excited because I get to ask, does anyone have any general thoughts? And that's going to be the whole second half of the show.
That's all it is. That's all we're talking about.
Sweet. Josh, do you want to do? I guess we'll save. We don't want to do like predictions. We'll do just final flop or bop stuff at the end if we even want to do that.
I mean, I feel like you could probably guess what we would have all said.
Yeah, exactly. So my question is, do you want to do my game to end part A or to start part B?
I think we should start part B with it.
Okay. All right. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to get the party started with 2000's The Hammering Process by American metal band Living Sacrifice. Guys, I have 2 questions for you. Do you like 1984?
Yes.
Good year, right? Yeah.
Great year. Do you like
Right
Blade
before
Runner?
Back to the Future came out?
No, that was 85.
I know, it said right before Back to the Future.
Oh, right
came out.
before. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, I was so prepared to take you down.
I know my years.
You know your years. This ad is off to a great start. If you like Project 86 and you want more of that sweet, sweet P86 on vinyl, guess what? Is it their newest album? They've done.
They do, yeah. It is their newest.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they did part 2, so it's maybe their
Right.
second newest.
Their second newest album, Omni, which was really cool. I remember when that came out. They have it on vinyl. They have a double vinyl of it on Collide Records. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Nice.
And it's on sale. And it's cookies and cream. It's black and white swirl, which is delicious. Don't take a bite out of it.
Tasty.
Nope. Don't do that.
Oh, okay.
It's just for your ears.
It's such a,
Alright.
the type of pressing, it's such a tasty pressing for something that's a very stark and bleak record, you know? But
That's
maybe
true.
that's
Yeah, that
the
is a little weird.
juxtaposition there, you know?
Strange.
Yeah.
Paradox.
But okay, it's on sale. But guess what? You don't even have to pay the sale price if you don't want to. Do you know why?
Why?
You can get a sale on a sale. If you use
Whoa.
your fingers.
That's like a hat on a hat, Kylan.
I know, and you know how much we love a
You know
hat
we
on a
love
hat
those.
here at Church Jams Now. We love a hat on a hat and a sale on a sale. So if you use your fingers, type in promo code Church Jams Now at checkout. Guess what? You'll get 20% off your entire purchase.
Cookies.
Don't eat them. Don't do it. Just listen. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed those ads as much as we enjoyed making them. We're, of course, still joined by Eric McClanahan and Josh Olson, and I'm here too, inexplicably. Do you guys want to play a game real quick? It's not even my normal 5. I know, Eric, you're not a games guy, but I had to put my creative energy somewhere, and
Okay.
it somehow came out. Dude, that is a big cat.
It's a big cat.
Oh my God, that is a big cat. Like, it looked big when it was in front, but it was like, oh no, it's just right in front of the camera. Of course it's big. But now it's like, what, like 6 feet behind you? That is a big cat.
So we had to get these bowls that are open at certain times of the day to keep him from eating too much to try and help him
Wow.
lose weight.
That's the biggest cat. I love that. All right, I'm derailed. I'm fully derailed.
Sorry.
I want to talk about your cat. No, all right, you guys want to play a game? You guys can play together, all right? It's co-op.
Oh, okay.
It's only
All right.
4 questions. So this album is called The Hammering Process, right?
Yeah.
That's the process.
was
Josh,
wondering
did you
what
know
the
where my
jump-
game was going to go?
I was like,
You know me
there's
too
there's
well.
going to be a jumping off point somewhere. I just didn't know what it was going to be. So,
Yeah. The album is called The Hammering Process. And that's the process in which you hammer things.
mhm.
So I started thinking, what are some other famous processes? I don't know about famous, but what are some other processes? So we're going to play the process game. I'm going to give y'all a definition of of a process, either mechanical or industrial or scientific, and you guys are going to try to guess what is the name of that process.
Oh, okay. So you're going to describe it and we have to guess what it is.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Okay, there's only 4 questions. We'll start. Number 1, a chemical process that heats raw rubber with sulfur or other curatives to create a stronger, more durable, and elastic material. What is
it
that
all
process called?
the blank process? Or
Yes.
is it just, okay. Oh, man. I have no idea.
This
The rubberization process.
Yeah, I was just.
What is it? What'd you say?
The rubberization process.
Oh, you're close. The vulcanization process.
Oh, so close.
So close. All right.
Very close.
The process of converting raw animal byproducts into usable materials like fats and proteins. Also, the process of creating a final image from a 3D model using computer software. It's what I spend most of my time doing at my job.
I think I have a guess. Eric, do you have any guesses?
Yeah, I don't know. I need to be able to see. I need to be able to see it so I can.
I should. Yeah, I know. It's hard when you hear
This would have been a
these.
good visual presentation.
Yeah.
I know. I should.
I'm going to guess, Kylan, what is rendering?
That's right. Correct. Ding, ding,
Yes.
ding. The rendering process.
I did not know that about the animal side of things.
Yeah, it's like when you render, like if you're cooking a steak, right, or any kind of meat, you let the fat render. Right, that's how you-
Okay.
Okay.
Come on, you're starting to grill now. You got to learn these
I
things.
thought that
Josh.
was just what they did with pictures, you know? When you bounce out of Photoshop.
Okay, here we go. The process of an atom or molecule gaining or losing electrons to become an ion with a net electrical charge.
I remember learning about this, but I don't remember what it's called.
I'll give you a hint.
It's in the name.
It's a something. Yeah, it's similar to the first one, but I said the word, the starting word in the definition. I'll read it again.
It's got to be ionization.
Yes, you're right. Ding, ding, ding.
Alright.
Look at
Nice.
you, Josh. Ionization, the process of an atom gaining or losing electrons to become an ion. Here we go. Last question. Thanks for humoring me, guys.
Mhm.
The humoring process. is what we're in currently.
I should have saved that. That should have been the last question. The process in which
We sit through this game.
sit through this, yeah. A process of applying heat and a chemical reducing agent to ore to extract a desired metal. Process of applying heat and a chemical reducing agent to ore to extract a desired metal. Basically melting down one kind of metal to get another kind of metal. Lots of metal.
A lot of metal. We need more metal on this episode.
Okay.
I don't know. I have no
Yeah, I
idea.
don't know.
The smelting
emulsification.
process.
Oh, smelting. That's so
Ah.
obvious. Wow. Come
Well,
on, Josh.
I hope everyone learned something. Thanks for joining Kylan's Science
There are
Corner.
so many cool processes out there, Kylan.
There are.
Thank you for telling us more about that.
Of course. All right. That's all I had. I'm going to go. You guys enjoy the rest of the show. Bye.
Thanks,
No.
Kylan. Bye. This was fun.
I feel like I should have known the ionization. I remember learning about that in.
No,
Yeah.
smelting too. I was like, after you said,
Smelting.
I
I know.
should have known that.
Well,
should
now
name
you
the
know.
record that. I
So,
do know that.
yeah, we can edit this. I'll make sure that you guys sound really good and get the answer.
Oh, yes. Oh, you were
Yeah.
talking about only for metals that are found in the northern hemisphere, where they call it smelting, not
Yeah.
where they call it something
Yeah.
else that I'm
No, I
familiar
just need clean audio of all of you guys saying smelting, vulcanization, ionization,
with. I
rendering.
say
And then I could
vulcanization
I'll just
all
pop
the
them
time.
in.
Yeah. No, you made me think of a fact that just like for the name of the record, because on the vinyl they have like a little insert that they have I think Lance and Bruce, but Bruce wrote more about it. But I think like the name came from just kind of the process, because right after Reborn, or sometime after Reborn, because Reborn was 97, sometime in between then, their bassist and drummer, which Jason and another Truby, Chris Truby, they left the band. So then it was just Bruce and Lance trying to figure out like, okay, and this was right after Bruce like took over on vocals, and then they're like, oh, we kind of have to just like figure out how to like rebuild this band again after the like big hit record that was Reborn. And I think Lance said something that he read the hammering process is like from a C.S. Lewis writing. I don't know which one.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't throw a cat in Christian music without hitting a C.S. Lewis reference.
It's somewhere in there, yeah. We're always throwing cats.
I mean, especially when the size of Eric.
Well, if you throw Eric, you're definitely gonna get a couple C.S. Lewis references with his cat.
Yeah.
I just feel like that's been kind of on theme lately.
Following our Thrice,
a lot
our
of
Thrice
C.S.
episode, a lot of C.S.
Yeah.
Lewis. Yep, he's kind of the Metallica of Christian writers, you could say.
I'm going to start using that on every episode.
Just for things that are not related at all. Yeah. No, it works.
Yeah.
It works in all those processes.
So funny.
So yeah, I do remember that, reading that on
So it's a C.S. Lewis reference?
the C.S. Lewis reference. I think it was just regarding the process of kind of going through something and fighting something that could be where it changes, in this case, changes the band. You get new members and it changes the sound effectively, but in the end it strengthens and you come out stronger in the process.
Yeah. Do you guys have any notes on the artwork? Do you like it? Do you think it represents tonally, or
I don't even know what is it.
sonically?
Anything?
I don't know. It just feels like 2000.
It does.
I think it's Braille.
Oh yeah, it reminds me of Blindside. I think because the Blindside record
Yeah.
we covered had some of the like the dots, but theirs are
Yeah.
more like penny tiles, and this is okay.
Yeah.
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 I feel like it
I-
does match the aesthetic.
Yeah, I agree. I think so too.
I like the back. The back of it has this artwork of screws, which is not part of the hammering process. That's part of the screwdriver
Why would you not put
process.
nails?
No, they're not nails. Well, they use nails on Reborn, so
That
they
is
couldn't.
really funny.
It
That
is
is so
funny.
funny to me.
Yeah,
It's like wrong tool, guys.
you could try. I mean, you can. I guess you could try to do it, but probably not. Yeah, they just had used nails on Reborn. They're probably like, oh man, can't use
do
those
that.
again.
But you called your album the hammering process. That
Yeah.
is very funny.
It is
It
funny.
is funny.
Yeah. So I guess we can kind of jump into it. I don't know. Is it too early to ask for Eric? I would love to know maybe your favorite song. Is it too early for that? Can we jump into that?
I don't think so because
Not
my
at all.
favorite song is the first track, Flatline.
Is it?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a real Kylan move. I love that.
Yeah, I don't know. It just sets the tone of the album. I think with it has like that kind of, there's like a thundering sound kind of going on in the background. With the guitar, and it's like a dark heavy. I don't know, like a storm is coming kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it pumps me up. Like I wish I was into this kind of stuff more when I was like playing basketball and stuff, and I would
Yeah.
have listen to this before the game.
Good pump
Pump
up
me
jam.
up. Yeah.
It's a good pump up jam.
Yeah, I just think it's got a great beat, great sound. The guitar solo in it is awesome and
Mm-hmm.
sounds good. Like the whole
Yeah.
album just sounds really good.
That was I think I texted Josh. And I think it was after I'd listened to the first song, and like legitimately, I was like a little bit upset because like it just where I'm at now, in terms of like the music that I listen to, like it was hard to get into this, but I was legitimately kind of upset that like I didn't first hear this when I was like 16, because I think I would have like genuinely really loved this, and I'm a little bit mad at past Kylan that didn't check it out earlier, because
I get
like,
that.
like it's hard to get into it now,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying this is like I'm not trying to say like, oh, this is music for 16-year-olds, but there's something like
It just would have connected with you
probably
more at
when
that
my
time in
like
your life.
testosterone levels were higher, when I was like I think it would have hit me different, because I did enjoy it, but it just
Yeah, no, there's definitely something to be said of finding it in certain times of your life and whatnot.
Yeah.
Which I was 16 when I first heard this, and it did work. So
Right.
I think that just proves your point.
Yeah. This is a good
Yeah.
song. It might be my favorite too.
It is good.
Let's call it my favorite.
It's the I think it's the most streamed song on the record, which is pretty typical for like a first track, but nice.
I'm surprised. Sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna ask if this was always your favorite, Eric, or did you like?
No, I don't think it was always my favorite, but I don't recall. Actually, Perfect may have been my first favorite. I think that was the first song I heard from it because it was like getting played on. I don't know, maybe ChristianRock.net or something that I listened to, where it was the most kind of softest melodic.
Right, it's got the
song.
Clean vocals.
Yeah,
you can kind of
So I think I heard
palatable.
that before the actual album. So that I was pretty into this one back in the day.
Mm-hmm. I don't even know who's doing the cleans when it comes to like the clean vocals on this record.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
I don't know who does them.
Mark Solomon came out and did it at Furnace Fest.
I saw that. That was pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Did y'all know he was going to do that until or like before the show, or is that just like a live surprise?
No, it was a surprise. At least to me, I didn't know anything about it. I saw him lurking around back there about halfway through though, and I was like, "Oh, is he gonna like?" I saw him backstage, or off to the side. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, maybe he's gonna come out and do something. So
yeah. Did they play the album in tracklist order?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, front to back.
Very cool.
Yep, and I somehow, I guess, just didn't see that they were going to be playing it, so it was a surprise to me that they were playing the whole album.
I saw your tweet that was
cool.
like, I guess I forgot that Living Sacrifice is playing my favorite metal album in its entirety today. So I was like,
that's like a fun
so
surprise.
Stoked for you. Yeah.
I don't think I would paid as much attention to the full album plays this year. I don't know if it had anything to do with how Furnace Fest rolled out the bands and stuff, because I don't think I knew that Norm and Gene were playing some stuff from Oh God, the Aftermath, but I didn't know that they were playing like exclusively Oh God, the Aftermath songs either. So
how do you feel about that in general? Artists doing I don't know. Maybe that's a discussion for another time. I'm sorry. I'll let you get back to it, Josh.
That's a good question.
But bookmark that for maybe a Patreon.
Future Patreon. That's a good that's a good topic to broach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Very cool.
What's your favorite?
Well, in high school, my favorite was Local Vengeance Killing, which is a good name, good title.
This makes sense.
It does make sense, yeah. I remember I saw them at a festival, and then I was like trying to go. They were touring with Demon Hunter, and I was trying to go see them, and I got to talk to Lance, and I was like, "Hey, when y'all play Dallas, like, can you play Killers?" And he's like, "Oh, we don't really play that song." I was like, "Okay, what about Local Vengeance Killing?" He's like, "We might be able to play that one." I was like, "Okay, cool." And then I wasn't able to make it to Dallas. So
oh my god!
I don't know if they played it or not. Lance is probably like, "This one's for that guy out there," and there was crickets.
That's so.
I'm sorry, Lance.
I really hope that happened.
Yeah. So, but no, actually, and it's really just the middle section of this record is really my favorite. I like the beginning, because you get Flatline, Bloodwork, Not My Own, kind of setting the stage. And then the end has got like a good come down, but Local Vengeance Killing through Burn the End, those 4 songs in the middle are my favorite, and Burn the End is my favorite, is what I would say, which has a big acoustic part in it, which is cool, which is definitely like a nice breath in the record to bring it down to that.
Yeah.
But which is funny, I never noticed that the whole time the acoustic is going, Arthur's bass is still going quietly, like the whole time underneath, like they don't drop out. I was like, oh, that's an interesting choice to have the bass going, but kind of keeps that tension and the drive there with it. I'm assuming when you saw them live, Eric, they just did that part on just like a clean tone guitar.
Electric. Yeah. And after the solo, like I remember the look on Rocky's face where he was almost kind of relieved that he had nailed it or something. I don't know if he did.
It's a long part.
Yeah. But like you could see like this kind of like light grin come on his face when he finished the solo, and I was like, good job. You worked really hard on that, didn't you?
It's like, still got it all these years later.
Honestly, based on like the amount of people we've talked to that have like come back and like played Furnace Fest recently, I feel like that's probably the vibe of a lot of guys that have played Furnace Fest recently. Like, oh, thank God, I can still do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. It's especially at Furnace Fest, you really want to deliver. So
Yeah.
glad you got to. Yeah. That brings me up to my next point because I mean, I don't have like a lot of lyrics notes on this, and I did want to talk to Eric about this. But I wrote down, I like the part where Bruce is yelling, "Compromise will breed corruption." That's just a cool part. But just overall, Eric, what are your thoughts and feelings on the lyrics on this record specifically?
I don't get a lot from them, but I think they fit the album, like kind of the sound, like just he's just using like three word sentences, like with powerful words and aggressive words and religious words, just that I don't know exactly what he's talking about, which is fine with me, but
Right.
it feels like it matches the tone of the album. So I like it for this style. Like if I was just reading the lyrics and like without, having the music to go with it, would I be like impressed? Probably not. But for this,
if you're going to Living Sacrifice for the in-depth,
For the lyrical content.
theological lyrical content, then,
right?
like, yeah,
True. Yeah, I don't think I would. I think it's perfect for what this album is.
Yeah, I would agree. It's not one of those, which that's kind of like how I view lyrics a lot of times. Like, as long as what you're saying isn't distracting me from like the music or like not being like, wait, why are you saying that or something? Like I don't get much from it. I do think that there are like some interesting, like I do think Bruce is approaching them with intentionality and like has probably, especially like some cool theological things that he is like talking about or maybe referencing in them, because I do think like you have enough of those like nuggets in his writing that I'm like, okay, this is obviously a big thing to you, and I feel like you have a lot of conviction in your writing. So like I get that from just like the general vibe of his lyrics, but like it's not one that I'm like, oh yeah, this lyric whenever Bruce like this whole song really like hits me. It's like it's just kind of like it's just a part of the music too.
Mm-hmm.
And then it also does have, if you want to dig into it, I think it will reward, but it's not like a Dustin Kendrew level, like approaching lyrics.
right. So less C.S. Lewis references.
Well, I mean, still some C.S. Lewis references.
Some, but less. I said less.
Yeah, less, yes. That's probably fair. So, yeah, no, that was one of those things because I know this is like such a big record for you. So I was like, I wonder what your thoughts are. Because that's exactly my take. I'm like, yeah, and there's enough parts that like there's a lot of times in the songs I don't know what he's saying at all, but there's also a lot of times where he sings something that I'm like, it's just fun to yell and shout something like that. Like Local Vengeance Killing has the part where he says brace yourself like a man before it goes into like, kind of like a breakdown or like a heavy part, like that just sounds cool.
All right.
So
and anymore I feel like I prefer lyrics to be more vague rather than really specific and philosophical and things like that. I don't know. I don't go to music for that for the most part. So, like you said, Josh, if it's not distracting, yeah. So if it's not distracting, then I'm good with it.
Then it's still adding to the overall experience.
Eric, can I use you in future shows as like a phone a friend when TJ's getting too granular with lyrical analysis? I'll be like, hold on, let me call up Eric.
We'll just play that clip from Eric and just be like, this is how I feel.
It just vibes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. If it's contributing to the music, it's just another aspect of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have two other things I want to talk about.
Cool.
One, I guess we have to talk about, but we haven't really talked about much, but Matthew of joining as percussion, I feel like is pretty cool. And at the time, I was like a Slipknot fan, so I liked the extra percussion because I was like, oh, this is kind of Slipknot-esque where they're doing this. But I just want to know what y'all's takes are. Because I love what his playing adds to the record of like kind of elevating it a little bit more than just kind of like what maybe some other contemporaries were doing. Like having him on percussion adds a really cool, just some extra rhythmic and just like some cool like sonic parts that you're like, oh, there's a snare and like some additional kind of hits happening.
I love an aux percussionist. I come at it very differently, not from the Slipknot angle, but from the like indie hipster angle. Josh, you know,
We
you've
should have
played shows
guys just
me.
with just hitting toms.
I think didn't we have a whole show where Caleb Rains just
Yes.
played a kick drum on
Yep.
or a tom on
And
stage?
did Joe also have a tom or something?
I think Joe had
like
a
multiple
tom
people had
with a guitar
toms? Yeah.
strap. Yeah.
Yep,
No, I love it.
exactly.
Like just add all the drums, man. Do it. Like I'm here for it.
Not because we don't have a drummer, but because we
Right.
want
No, we
more
have a
drums on
drummer,
top
but
of
we
the
also
drums.
have this guy that just we duct taped a guitar strap to a floor tom, and he's gonna just hit that.
and it's
I
gonna
love
be
it.
awesome.
Yeah, always cool.
I think it's great. Adds another kind of element to it that sets it apart from other metal albums. I was thinking the other day how a lot of my favorite albums have an extra instrument besides drums, bass, and guitar. Like there's either a synthesizer, like Young Oceans and Moving Mountains. Sometimes they both use cello in a lot of their stuff. It's like I think it adds to the vibe when there's something extra in this case the percussion. I think
yeah,
it
Helps
adds-
differentiate. Yeah.
gives
Makes it a
an
little more
extra
special.
element extra thing to pay attention to.
like a little extra ear candy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said I was a big Slipknot fan. I was, but I also wanted to make it for the record that I'm still a fan of Matthew's percussion, not just because I was a Slipknot fan then. I think it's really good. And then he's just like a great aux guy because also he helps out on the Norma Jean stuff with all of his like weird loops and programming stuff. And he just makes like weird, cool stuff. He just seems like one of those guys that you're like, if he's in your band, he's going to like add something that you're like, maybe we didn't know we needed this, but then like he put something in there, you're like, oh yeah, I can't imagine this not being in there because Matthew's just putting his weird spin on things, which is very cool.
I love that. You always gotta have that guy in the band. I think it always helps.
No, I definitely think he approaches music in a very interesting way that's different than what a lot of people do, but it creates a very cool, it just adds to the overall experience in a very unique way.
I agree.
Maybe my last thing that I do have two things. I want to ask because I was also playing a lot of ATV Off-Road Fury at the time I heard this, and so it was mixing like the soundtrack for that was like Alice in Chains, Soundgarden, Primus, like a lot of like 90s like kind of alt rock and some of that grunge stuff. And I feel like there's a lot of this record that does kind of borrow from 90s alternative, specifically like a lot of the clean chorus of Altered Life, and there's just like some moments on this record that I feel does have those elements, and I'm like, is it just me mashing those together, or is that like an actual thing? If anyone else noticed.
No, I think
I hadn't
so.
thought about that. Yeah.
I could see it.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I would rather hear your opinion on it, Eric. But yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, especially like Alice in Chains and Soundgarden, where they got kind of like a darker thing.
Yeah.
But, I guess like I feel like they were probably also listening to a lot of Pantera and Sepultura. I hear a lot of that
Pantera,
in there too.
Yeah. Okay. No, it's just like mostly because obviously they have the heavy parts, but it's like on some of the more cleaner moments where they're have like more chords that they're more melodic chord parts. Yeah, it's not like the heavy parts because obviously they were doing that before.
If they were like, we were listening to a lot of Alice in Chains, I would not be surprised. Yeah.
It's specifically the Alice in Chains that I'm like, I feel like I hear some AIC in what they're doing here. So, but it was right after the 90s, so you know what? It was still pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's an astute observation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks. Thanks for validating that. And listeners, let me know if that's crazy or if it's just because I was playing too much ATV Off-Road Fury. But I think I've always been like, I feel like I hear the 90s, I hear the Alice in Chains in this record. So the last thing I want to talk about, unless you have anything, Eric, is there's a bonus track that was discovered later. I think they posted in like 2018. There was a compilation that came out that was like a benefit compilation. that this song was featured on in 2018, and then it was also featured on the vinyl. And the finding about it on the vinyl was like the first time I heard about it. I didn't know about it from the compilation, but apparently this song was previously was like lost in the digital format due to a glitch with Pro Tools at the time. But Jeremiah Scott was able to fix and mix the files. So I guess whenever they were recording the Infinite Order, they found it again, and then were able to like mix it, and then they released it in 2018 on the We Bear the Scars compilation, and then was released on the vinyl in 2023.
Wow.
Do you have the compilation, Eric?
I
Or have you ever
don't
listened
have
to
the
it?
compilation. I don't think I have because I have never played my vinyl copy either, so I don't even know that I've heard it.
I haven't either, and I've been waiting for like every now and then I'll check YouTube. I'm like, surely someone's ripped this and put it up there, but I've never. But especially if it's like on the compilation, then it's been available digitally for 7 years now. So
Yeah,
I would
I'm
think.
surprised.
What did you say? What did you say it was called?
It's
The
called
compilation.
It's called We Bear the Scars, which you can still buy digitally. But I didn't want to pay $9 or $10 for just one song that I want. But I
Right.
do also
Valid.
want to hear that song a lot.
Yeah, I'm pretty curious.
It'd be nice to have the digital file too, because I was just thinking we'd have to get a vinyl rip of it, but if it was already released digitally, so.
And you can't just
Well, there
does
you go.
iTunes not let you just buy songs?
Well, see, I don't know if it was released like digitally to
Oh.
all. Like, I don't think it's on streaming or something like that. It's just when it was. I think they made a CD of it, and then it's available on a website to buy.
Okay. They don't have a Bandcamp. They should get with the times.
Should honestly.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find
You
that.
could also just listen to my vinyl, but
I want to ask both of you guys, and then I also, want to open it up to listeners of the show. So, Eric, you said this is your favorite metal album of all time.
Mhm.
Josh, you also said this is very important to you. Like I said, I come in completely. I had like no clue. I can see the influence, especially this coming out in 2000. I mean, and you said it was a Solid State release.
Mhm.
How long had Solid State been around at that point? Like, this has got to be like an early Solid State release, right?
I mean, Reborn was on Solid State in '97, so I'm like, I don't
Right.
know if it was like '96 maybe, or if they also started in '95. I don't think they were around in '94.
Right.
But-
97 was when it was founded.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Okay. So it's still like a pretty early release for Solid State. So
Yeah.
like this is an important record. Like I get it, but I would love to hear from y'all like why it's important beyond just like culturally, historically, influentially, like why this record is important to y'all, and if it's a flop or bop or whatever.
Oof, we'll see.
Eric, can you go first?
It was very challenging to my, I guess, what I thought my boundaries were in music I liked. Like it kind of pushed me into places that I didn't think I would go musically. I never would have like. I was raised to think that like heavy music was bad, so
Right.
and maybe that even added to the intrigue and the how cool I thought the album was. But it pushed a lot of boundaries for me personally for where my tastes were at the time and where I'd been up until then. So yeah, for me it opened up my world to music with screaming and things like that. I think like before this it was like POD and Project A6 and Blindside, which do a little bit of screaming, but it's much more melodic. But they were, I think, the first band where it's like primarily
Straight up just heavy.
screaming. Yeah,
Oh man.
yeah.
I love that as an answer. Like hearing that like they challenged you. That's cool. I feel like those bands are important to people.
hmm
That's very cool. That's a great answer. Josh, it better be as good or better than that.
Ooh, big pressure. No, I mean, I like Eric's answer a lot. I think this definitely did challenge me too, in a way, and then like got me into Living Sacrifice. But then I was like, oh, I think this was like what I liked most what they did, because I liked some of the other stuff, but never as much as this. I would also say because it like was a part of like those other records that I like got to discover, like Speakeasy and Reborn and stuff. It definitely introduced me to like a lot of like that, like the older generation of like what, I don't know whether you would argue it's second generation Tooth and Nail or something like that, but because I mean I was still new into heavy music, but I was like getting into like all the current stuff like Devil Wears Prada, Oh Sleeper, Demon Hunter, all that stuff, and this kind of like introduced me to like, oh, this was like, these were the forerunners for before what is coming out now, and that I was getting into, to kind of be like, okay, they were doing it, and then at the time, I guess they weren't around at the time, but then they quickly would be after I got into them. So it introduced me into that, but then also I do think also it's like a metal record, but I think having Matthews drumming on there, and then what I like the 90s alternative like influence in there as well, kind of elevates this into where it's not just like a metal onslaught. It has some other cool dimensionality to it that's not just pummeling riffs and screaming and stuff like that. It has some other things that it seemed like it was them also introducing some new elements into their sound and as well. So I think those are all the reasons that it's important to me.
I love that. Those are good answers. It's not important to me, unfortunately, but maybe one day it will be.
Maybe one day 16-year-old Kylan will listen to it and enjoy it.
Yep.
Yep. It's not important to you.
I'm sorry.
Bummer. So close to a bop. We were so close.
But you know what? I'll bop it. I'll give it
contextual bop.
I'll give it a contextual bop. Yeah. Exactly.
The one thing I would have enjoyed to know is, I mean, he probably would not have enjoyed it, but I would have loved to hear his take of TJ on the lyrics, especially because how sparse they are and just how like pretty upfront and just like,
you just
this
love
is what it
torturing
is.
TJ.
Yeah.
Making him bend over backwards.
I just would have loved to hear a little bit of his take on it. I know he wouldn't have enjoyed it, so I'm glad that he didn't have to go through that, but I'm sure he would have had some interesting things to say, as he always does.
Yeah. Sweet. All right. Josh, do you have anything else?
I think that's all the main things I wanted to hit. Yeah.
Okay. I would love listeners of this to comment. Let us know why this record's important to you. It's 25 years old. That's crazy.
It's a big deal.
That's crazy.
It's about to get kicked off its parents' insurance.
It's about time, I'd say. You know,
I'd say
been hammering for a while. You got a steady job with that hammering.
Right. That's right.
And the screws.
I mean, it's no smelting, but the hammering process is all right.
I think it's still a good line of work, you know.
Yeah. Eric, can you tell people what you're up to, how people can find you online, things like that?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter /X at Ineverglow or Ineverglow. And right now I'm also really into like my store selling CDs and shirts on eBay. You can find it on Instagram at Ineverglow Store, and on eBay it's Ineverglow CDs and More Store. So yeah, I would really appreciate the follows there.
That's the last thing I need is following another person selling CDs online.
Selling stuff, I know.
Yeah. My wife would be like, "Why are there more CDs here?" I'm like, "That's from Eric. I bought it from Eric."
Well, Josh, I just followed it from the Church James Now Instagram account.
Perfect.
Oh, thanks. Thank y'all.
I'm currently looking through your CD inventory, so
nice. I have still several hundred that I'm in the process of getting put on there. It's just a lengthy process on top of accumulating more to add to it. So,
right. Dude, that's what I had to give up on. I got it. I'm trying to inventory my VHS collection, and I got about like 150, 200 VHS tapes in, and then I just keep getting more. I'm like,
yeah. Yeah.
It's rough. All right.
Very cool stuff.
Listeners, if you enjoy this, we have more nonsense like it at our Patreon at patreon.com/churchjamesnow podcast. And of course, from all of us here, from Church James Now headquarters, called it.
I did call it, dang it.
May all your favorite bands stay together. I hope you know what vulcanization is now. Peace out, Montfrers.
We all do.